The 16th book that I read in 2025 is On Every Tide, The Making and Remaking of the Irish World by Connolly. It's a big book. I can't imagine that there is a better book ever written about Irish immigration. I also can't imagine that anyone would want to read this unless they're interested in immigration or perhaps they're Irish. I read this book because we are studying it in Indiana for a high school academic competition, and this is one of the required texts. We're studying Ireland this year, and this is one of the required texts. It is excellent, and I learned a ton. It focuses a lot on Irish immigration to the United States, but there are sections on British North America or Canada, Australia, New Zealand, even Argentina, and some of the smaller countries that the Irish emigrated to. There's a lot of history of Ireland in this, so if you want to learn about, especially in the 20th century, if you want to learn about some of the problems and some of the reasons why the Irish flocked to America and other countries the way that they did, this book will answer those questions. The last chapter goes into Irish politics kind of in the late 20th, early 21st century. But I mean, I really did enjoy it, even though I had to study it and even though I was kind of forced to read it. I did enjoy the book. I would have never picked it up had I not been required to read this for an academic competition, but I learned a lot about Ireland and it was very interesting. I think that Irish history is very complicated. There's other texts that I've had to read this year, and I think that it's some of the hardest history that I've ever had to study. This book isn't really about the history of Ireland. It just focuses on immigration, and so I think that was a little bit easier to understand. It was a little bit more streamlined than other aspects of Irish history, but I do recommend the book only if that's in your niche.